Today, we're diving into one of the most revered and powerful texts in all of Hinduism, a 700-verse epic known as the Durga Saptashati. It's part story, part hymn, and part spiritual guide, all kind of rolled into one absolutely incredible whole. Right from the start, the text is filled with verses like this one. It's a direct address to the goddess Narayani, hailing her as the most auspicious one, the one who accomplishes all our goals, our ultimate refuge. It just immediately sets this tone of profound reverence. You get the feeling you're about to encounter a truly cosmic power. Okay, so let's get right into it. What exactly is the Durga Saptashati? And why has it held such an important place in the hearts of millions for, well, centuries? So on the surface, the Durga Saptashati, which literally means 700 verses to Durga, is a scripture that's actually found inside a much larger text, the Markandeya Purana. But its core theme is what makes it so powerful, the ultimate, undeniable victory of divine feminine power over the forces of chaos and evil. And this is where its importance just explodes. You see, for followers of Shaktism, this isn't just a text. It is the foundational text. We're talking about the scripture that really codifies the belief that the Divine Mother, or Shakti, isn't just one deity among many. She is the supreme reality, the very source of all creation. So we know the text is a huge deal, but what does it actually do? Why do people turn to it, What does the goddess actually promise to those who come to her through these verses? Well, the whole scripture is framed by a very human story. Get this, we meet two men, a king who's lost his kingdom, and a merchant who's been kicked out by his own family. I mean, they are in total despair, suffering incredible loss. And when they go to a sage looking for answers, their struggles make the whole point of the text immediately relatable to anything we might be going through. And the answer the sage gives them is just beautiful. He basically explains that the goddess doesn't really care what you're seeking. Whether you're after worldly success, what's called bhoga, or you're on the path to total spiritual freedom, or moksha, her grace is the key to both. All right, let's get to the heart of the narrative. The Saptashati unfolds through three distinct, totally epic tales, and each one reveals a different side of the goddess and her incredible power. So the first story just throws us right into this cosmic darkness, introducing Mahakali. She is the primordial night. At the very beginning of time, when these two demons, Madhu and Kaitaba, show up to destroy the creator god Brahma himself, it's Mahakali who arises from the great cosmic slumber to literally save creation. Talk about high stakes. Next up is probably the most famous story, the battle with the shape-shifting buffalo demon Mahishasura. He gets so powerful that none of the gods can beat him. So what do? In this amazing act of unity, they pool all of their divine energies, their tejas, and from this blinding, incredible light emerges one ultimate warrior, the goddess Mahalakshmi, radiant, riding a lion straight into battle. Just wow. And the final part is the longest, and maybe the most complex. Here, the goddess Mahasaraswati and all her different forms face an entire legion of powerful demons led by two kings, Shamba and Nishamba. This isn't just a battle, it's a full-on cosmic war that really shows off her strategic genius and just how many forms her power can take. But here's what's so fascinating. The Saptashati isn't just a bunch of stories you read. No, it's structured like a powerful ritual. And to get to its core, you first have to work with its angas or its limbs. The best way to think about it is like a series of locks and keys. You need to truly unlock the text's power. So before you even get to verse 1 of the main text, a devotee chants 3 key hymns. First, the Devi Kavacham, which is like putting on a suit of divine armor for protection. Next is the Argala Stotram, which is all about clearing any obstacles from your path. And finally, the Kilakam. This is the pin, the literal key that unlocks the divine energy of the mantras you're about to recite. And this illustrates such a brilliant point. These hymns aren't just an intro, they are essential parts of a whole spiritual system. They get your body, your mind, and your surroundings ready, which turns the recitation from just reading words into a truly transformative act. This brings us to how the Saptashati is actually used in practice. See, this isn't some historical document you study from a distance. It is a living, breathing ritual meant to be performed. So you might be asking yourself, okay, is this just a book I pick up and read before I go to sleep? Well, the tradition says not quite. Engaging with the Saptashati is a whole discipline in and of itself. The official method, the Path Vidhi, really shows you how deep this goes. It's a process. You start with purification of your body and mind, then you set a clear intention, a sankalpa. You go into a state of deep meditation or dhyana, focusing on the goddess. And then there's this incredible process called nyasa, where you ritually place mantras on different parts of your body, basically turning yourself into a sacred vessel for the text's energy. At the absolute center of this entire universe, the stories, the hymns, the rituals, is the goddess herself, Devi. And the text makes one thing crystal clear. She is not just one thing. She is everything. And she appears in countless forms with countless names. The text shows us so many of her faces. For instance, she is Bhavani, the giver of existence, the very source of all life. Then she is Durga, the unreachable one, this impenetrable fortress who protects her followers from any and all hardship. She's also the fierce Chamunda, a name she got by destroying the demons Chanda and Munda in that final epic war we talked about earlier. And to bring it all back home, she is Narayani, the ultimate shelter, the cosmic ocean where all prayers and really all beings eventually return. And that brings us to the most crucial point, the ultimate promise that echoes through every single one of these 700 verses, and it's captured perfectly right here. O Durga, when remembered, you remove fear from all living beings. It's a promise of nothing less than total fearlessness, no matter what life decides to throw at you. Which really leaves us with one last, powerful question to think about. Are the demons in these stories, the shapeshifters, the armies of chaos, are they just monsters in some ancient tale? Or is the entire Durga Saptashati actually a symbolic roadmap, a guide to confronting the inner demons of ego, greed, and fear that we all fight inside ourselves? The text gives us the map, but that discovery, that's left for us to make.